Hello there. Pardon that small technical difficulty. It seems to be working now. Yeah. So, as I was saying, today I'll be playing a bit of the Lost Starship, a fairly new game from last month, and all about exploring the stars and, well, running errands mostly. There's some combat, there's some search and rescue, a variety of things really, so let's get to it. Having to start a new game, and let's make it a free roam with the official Procyon cruiser, because easier that way. Multi-system simulation to have multiple systems and sectors available. You can run an entire fleet of ships at once, and yes, just double checking that the chat works now. Yes, it looks so pretty where it is. Right, so we're ready to begin. As you see, we start out with by pausing the game. We have a very basic cruiser. Engines are installed, but there's no fuel going to them or anything. So, first thing we need to do, set up the reactor. We could put it in the... I'm gonna make it slightly different. I'm gonna make some changes to the basic interior right away. Some of those corners are a nuisance, and those corners don't look right. Visit a shipyard to apply modifications, of course. So let's see where to put this. Starting with the reactor. Let's rotate it so you can see that the fuel intake is on the right and the cable work is on the left. We need a... Do I have a large tank? No, I have a medium tank, so it doesn't. It can line up there. And we also need the fuel loader here, so let's put it there. And we can put in a bit more storage set aside for the fuel, like that. And then the exciting part, the piping. From loader to tank to reactor. But the engines also need the fuel, so gotta hook that up as well. Oops, didn't mean to unpause. What else do we need? We need air supply. So the oxygen supplier there, the what's his name? Yeah, the oxygen supplies there. We need a small air tank, and of course the oxygen loader, and we need our FTL drive. Let's just put it there for convenience. And we can move the space suits to a more convenient location, like say next to the door. And assign more cargo space for various stuff. Let's see, put some oxygen around where the air supply goes. We're gonna need a lot of cargo space anyway, so let's just fill her up. As and when we put in other things in the ship anyway, that cargo space is gonna be used up quick. Did we put in the air pipes? We did not put in the air pipes, so here goes. And yes. Then it's the cable management. There's always cable management. Centuries in the future, and we still got cable management. There, everything's connected. Are there any items I can purchase for 150 grand? Drone bay and where are the logistics drones? Actually, no, not the drone bay, because if we're going to do search and rescue, we're gonna need thrusters. They got 2. Worth it. Installing the thrusters right there. Rotate. Put the cable to the connectors on the thrusters. That's for rotation. 2 thrusters are far from ideal, but it works. So we unpause, and so you can see from the little quest log here, we need to get everything up and running before the ship is qualified to get out of here. Oh yes. FTL charge storage. That was what I was going to do. You'll notice I made space for one more FTL drive here. Might as well make a little more space set aside for the FTL charges. And we can take a look at the sector map. As you can see, there are no nebulae or asteroid belts, which is gonna be a resource problem of sorts, but in the meantime, we can start running errands to the various colonies. We need to get to NC7, but before that, contracts. There's a courier mission to NC6. We can accept that, because that's gonna pay when we get to NC6. Of course. It wouldn't be much of a business if we didn't get paid for it, right? So yeah, our little dudes, which we can probably afford. Yes. 5 spacesuits, 5 more dudes. We can afford a little more. Oh, we need oxygen. 40 grand. the CO2 scrubber for now. I'll take care of that. Though as we progress, there's gonna be CO2 buildup in the ship, and that's gonna affect the breathable air for obvious reasons. Hiccup. Now that we've reached another sector, we can look for more thrusters. 2 more for now. We need more FTL charges. That's gonna cost a bit. And are there any logistics? The drone bay was 80 grand. We don't have that much, so we'll stick with that and look for contracts. Courier mission to NC11. Passenger transport to NC1. And 27 crew from a moving ship. How much space? How much passenger capacity do I have? 59 cabins. So let's see. This was 16. 27, that's less than 59, so we can take on this mission, or try at least, but we're gonna need a couple more thrusters, which will be installed presently. 1, 2, 3, 4, with cables going and so let's see, everything is loaded. We got the wrecked ship at the jump gate, which we can use at any time, but we have work to do in this sector first. I'm not sure if there's any returning later, so that's the less than ideal practice. I'm in the group hoping for a yes, the docking tutorial. I'm in the group hoping for a what's the name, campaign builder. The possibility for players to mod in their own custom campaigns. That would be interesting. Good for budding writers and the like. Let's see. There's the stranded ship. Let's see what the tutorial says. Now going to learn how to dock your ship to another ship. Use your main ship engines to get close to the stranded ship, which is this one. As you can see, this shows that I need to move backwards to dock with the ship due to where my docking port is. This is a pain in the where I'm sitting, because going backwards is a pain, of course. And one of the first things I like to purchase from my ships is the second docking port when I can afford it, going the other way around. But it costs me at the moment, so trying to fly backwards it is. rescue. It's important. It's humanitarian, but it's not easy in the start or in the beginning. So that's a problem, which means I'm gonna have to do something slightly unethical. I'm gonna have to abandon this ship to its own devices for a bit and buy more fuel. And a couple of engines. In the contract. Engines are out of the question. Fuel is not. Couple of passengers and mission again. This one paid 32 grand, so putting us up at a more tolerable fiscal situation. Let's invest it all in fuel. And then we prepare to unload. There. Contracts, checking for other contracts. There's another rescue. This time there are hostile forces, but there's no time limit, so that one seems safe. And another courier mission. Yeah, we can gamble on that one. Enough for another engine, which is 100 grand each. So we're just gonna faff about for a bit and make some deliveries. Because we don't have what it takes to quickly get in and get out for search and rescue. So, yeah. Contract, look for other contracts. There's that one is not a good idea right now, because that one is on a timer where the ship is gonna explode. I'm not gonna catch up with that most likely. But urgent goods delivery I can do. contract there. See if there are other contracts. It's urgent passenger transport. I can do that. I also need more FTL fuel, so we're spending 10 grand on that. And where to go next? The NC6 colony with the delivery and passengers to transport seems a good choice. I could have bought a engine, but sorry. Could have bought one engine there, but I need two. They work better in pairs. Let's see. The ship is moving, but it won't explode. I can do that. There are... It's not gonna explode. I can do that. And cargo to deliver. Sure. Urgent passenger request. Yes, I can do that. Oh. Need food. There's always something. Getting ready to deliver and deliver goods and transport passengers. Once I receive the food there. Alignment in place and BHP. There is a start. That's kind of inevitable, but all part of the game. And let's see. The ship is moving and spinning out of control. This one is tough, but there's no timer. I can work with that. This one, I do believe I should be getting up to over 200 grand. I could even afford a couple of extra thrusters. Units of fuel, so time to install more oomph. Install 4 here. Cable work. Pipes. Oh, Danny boy. The pipes are calling. Though I'm fairly sure that wasn't fuel pipes. Now to drop off the... Actually, are there contracts for goods? There's a contract for passengers to NC6. Sure. Lining up the jump. And from now on, we're gonna stop taking on contracts. It's just gonna be going into rescue ships and hope for the best. Keeping in mind the limited human mechanics. Unfortunately, I found it That's a problem if I combine. Actually, I got a delivery in NC6. Are there any contracts for stuff going to 6? That's cargo, not a problem. Then cargo and cargo. To NC6. Well. I can't fly right to NC6 anyway, due to NC7 being in the way. So I'm gonna make a detour via NC8 without cargo, and off we go. And that's the reason why I want a second charging is slow. But contracts, checking for NA2 NC6. Excellent. More passengers to NC6. Line up that jump right away. Is NC6 a shipyard? No, it's a colony. Charges. Question is, can I now form another reactor? Because that's going to be useful. Those are which I think I might get another. Yeah, another reactor it is. That's very good for search and rescue, because more power from the engines. There's more power from the engines. There, some cables. Entering the editor. Now I can rename our ship to the SAR first. Or search and rescue first. By Brazen Bard. Yes. And off we go to save some souls. What are in need of saving? This time we will actually save some people. Going into tactical. Where the heck did the ship go? There the heck did the ship go. That's a bit of a distance, but we got much faster engines now. trekking across the universe, only going forward guns we can find reverse. Unfortunately, I can find reverse, and it's slower than it has to be. There's no point. I can't catch up with this one. I can try to catch this one though. Don't believe that was as difficult. I need more thrusters. That was the wrong one. Tactical. Oh, it's stopped. So yes, getting close to the ship, easy as pie when it's not moving at 1,000,000 miles per hour, or slightly less. Rescue ship, and it did nothing. Rescue shuttle that just watches as the people are being rescued seems to be doing a shit job of it. We've done successfully. I'm having to line up the little things. Let's see. This one's got more stars. I think we got that's the NC5 one. And this was the NC10 one, so let's check the contracts. The NC10 has 20 crew, the NC5 has 26, so a total of 46 crew. With 59 cabins, we can do that. Oops. The wrecked ship. Is that the one? Yes. That's the stranded ship. Good. Hostiles are a bit further off, so we might be able to get everyone on board in good time. Especially seeing as we don't have anything starts. Oops, wrong button. I want to turn not to. Never have one of those days when you just can't help fat fingering the makeshift keypad. You'd think it would be an easy setup, but no. The maneuvering keys are a bit awkwardly placed. It's the IJKL for axis movement, and then the U and O for rotation, and it gets clunky. But off to the shipyard before we get shot upon. Need to upgrade the ship as well. Add water, fix the air. There's always something to do. making the little adjustments to the structure of the ship, and let's see if we can find the habitation implements I needed. The CO2 scrubber, the air reprocessor. That's 50 grand. Can't afford that yet. Also gonna need a sewage pipe, waste treatment machine, and a water purifier. That's 131 grand in total. Let's see how well these two jobs paid. Excellent. We're also gonna need a bit more water. So, let's see, we need the air reprocessor here. Next to it. Pipes, and pipes go there. Cables go there and there. And we're gonna need a couple of larger tanks. Put the water tank in the right position. Isn't blocked. The CO2 scrubber is slightly blocked, but we don't need a huge tank for that. Then there's the sewage pipe. Where's the habitation module positioned? Yeah, I should be able to put the sewage pipe by the wall there. The waste treatment. We'll give the waste treatment a little space. And the water purifier. There. And a huge water tank. Right about there. Presto. Everything seems to be running along. CO2's getting scrubbed, and well, slowly but surely. And we're good to go. Almost. How much cash did I have? 62. Can't catch the ones in the jump gate, but we can try for the... this area. This one's a piece of cake. So it seems. The other one there seems to be barely moving. 52 people. We got 59 cannons, yes. I got this in the bag. As soon as I catch up with her, they'll be fine. And the oxygen has been scrubbed already. Excellent. Little maneuvering thrusters to keep up with the moving ship. And we're going. And that's the lot of them. So we can move back to the shipyard with our strays. We need more thrusters. 2 more is a bit short, but more importantly, we need the second docking port. Oh yeah, that was just 10 grand. Well, 10 or 100 grand, that's all we need to miss. Another 200 grand, that's another 2 engines. Thrusters left. And the second double fly alongside the other ship instead of trying to, you know, fly backwards. It's going to make it a lot easier to rescue. I need fuel. More fuel. Spending 30 grand on more fuel seems like a fair bargain. Chat seems quiet still. That's entirely fair. And we're ready to make a third attempt at sailing those It's not their fault that the ship went kablooey. Not the sector map, the tactical map. Where'd the ship go? Oh. That's a ways off. Alongside it. sure how much feedback you get from the mic and the speaker, but where'd the ship go? There'd the ship go. Hope I got enough fuel for the rescue, because this is gonna be a long flight, even at a good clip. How is a stranded ship moving that freaking fast? If it's stranded, the engines shouldn't be providing this much thrust. I don't thrust it at all. It's untrustworthy. Yeah, that's a bad one. Things are plodding along. Low fuel, you've got to be. Still gonna try to catch him, but if I can't, well, at least I tried. Again. And I got the option of heading back to a colony for more fuel and trying again and again and again. I'm gonna need more drives for that. This is one of those numbers difficulty issues that sometimes crop up in games that claim to be difficult. It's not that it's a challenge for the players, it's just that the meat wall has more hit points than you can easily chop through in a few blows. Doesn't matter how hard you hit, just that you don't hit hard enough because there's no trick to it. I'm not sure if I can make it in time, or in my fuel. Damn well gonna try. Catching up with the fuel I have. I'm gonna have to head back to the shipyard. Actually, how much cash do I have? 17 grand. Heading back to the nearest colony to get some more missions and some more fuel, and basically wait till I can afford a... yeah, basically wait till I can afford a couple more engines. +6. Oh! Guess the first upgrade is gonna be a larger habitat. Habitation, living in a habitation. Actually, you know what? Can't afford that yet, but once the job pays up. Did I? I jumped the fucking gun, didn't I? I jumped the gun. Because I was too focused on taking care of business. It's all on board. That felt stupid, but let's see what we can do about it all. I wonder where those missing passengers went. resources, more fuel. Getting ready to jump again. Turning in the contract, another courier mission. Nothing about the ship being moving at a decent clip. How many passengers do I have? 29, so that's a total of 60. I have 59 cabins, so I can't do that with the passengers on board. So it's down to the colony there with the passengers first to drop off those guests. And then I can do a little search and rescue right away. Once I check for more good contracts there. "41 civilians for 82 grand. That's a decent price. And I can do the upgrade to the capacity right away. Maybe even I can afford the engines and the space. Contract. Editor. Confirm the 36 grand of adjustment there. I need 300 grand. I don't expect to hit 300 grand right now. But I did pass 200 grand. So two engines it is. Install engine. It will not let me install the engine because the thrusters are in the way. Let's see what the contracts say. Transport to NC6, yes. 38 civilians. How much were the rescues? Let's... I've got 111 cabins now, so this rescue is easy peasy, 1, 2, 3 easy. There's the stranded ship. Just gotta get down there and yes. Little wiggling and I'm in place. Unduck. And get over to the passenger delivery at the colony here. Where I'll also be getting another load of FTL fuel. For those FTL charges just yet, so waiting for the deliveries to be done. I can afford another reactor and a huge fuel tank. I cannot afford the a lot more fuel, but everything's a start. Reactor goes there. The huge tank goes there. Contracts, another courier mission, another courier mission, and another courier mission. And we're almost ready to go. Ah, yes. Turning in the contract, checking for other contracts. Another transport mission. I got room for it. Down to NC1. and off we jump to make more money. Oh, I should point out one thing. When you go for the campaign mode I chose, the map's always different. There's no standard fixed map. It seems the jump gate is usually over in this general area, but that's about it. What the heck? I thought I got all the cargo. A shuttle is en route with the supplies. What the... I thought I did get everything I was supposed to get supplied. Weird. Oh well. Not sure why I suddenly get a lot of failed courier missions. I mean, it's not like passengers died on the way or something, though that has happened as well. It's embarrassing when you run out of oxygen and put every crew member in spacesuits, and the passengers don't have that luxury. But yeah. We can now afford some major upgrades to the ship, so let's make sure all our passengers are on board. They seem to be. And jump over to the shipyard here. Turn in the contracts, and we're gonna make some drastic changes to the ship. First, we're gonna dismantle 2 engines, and these thrusters are gonna get moved as well, which means that these pipes are gonna get moved as well. There. And the cables leading out here are gonna be gone. Cables, not the pipes. The peeps. There. And the editor. Hull and editing the floors to reflect the reshaping here. The cornering is nice. Just 47 grand. Let's see, the walls are fine. Actually, come to think of it, I don't want these walls. 9 floors here. And come to think of it, let's just extend this part of the hull entirely up. Confirm. Ah. Like so. Floor there. And let's put them there. Dismantle these 2 doors and fit in the new engines. So you can see there's room for 1 more engine there. For when I have a little more cash and a little more reactor. Oh wait, I did have a little more cash, so, or rather I had a little more engines. And putting the thrusters in alongside. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, and 3. Get the cables in place. Get the cables in place. And the pipes. The pipes are calling. Then we just have to wait for the doors to be removed from the open space there. We can actually add the cargo space here. Cargo space, cargo road. And fit in the doors in these rooms. There. So let's see. What else do we want? We want fuel. We're gonna burn through a lot of fuel. Can I afford it all? I cannot afford it all. But I can afford a fair chunk of it. And some extra FTL charges. Yes. And here's to hoping that this is gonna be enough power for the engines. And that the extra engines are going to be enough to catch up with the wayward ship. There she is. Jeez, she just keeps flying further and further away. Predictably enough. But we got more thrust now, so a lot more engine. play with. Meaning we can possibly catch up before we run out of fuel. But if you'll excuse me, I'll put this on a cliffhanger and let you just stare at the drifting ship on pause while I take care of some personal matters. Be right back. And I'm back. So let's see how this goes then. Aside from slowly, so we can speed up with these. Actually, let's just go full acceleration. I'm running low on oxygen now. Of all things, oxygen. And food. Perfect. This ship has cost me more in various supplies than anyone has the right to. Well, can't have that. Why was I running low on oxygen, I wonder? Oh, probably not enough power. So, we're gonna have to make some more money for more engine and more reactor. Of all freaking things. And there's a ship in NC9 to rescue as well. I can do that. Everyone's on board, and we can start focusing on the important search and rescue operations again. Is this the stranded ship? No, there is another stranded ship. This one. I don't think there's a way to tow stranded ships away, but you never know. Would be nice. In the words of the philosopher Scorpion, get over here. Eight, 9. Crew rescued. I don't think I can salvage unbroken ships. I suppose I could invest in cannon and blow up the ships and then, you know, use logistics drone to collect the leftovers, but that wouldn't be ethical, even if I have saved the crew. Let's see. Urgent transport. Oh, I got a load of civilians, apparently. Jumping again. And turning in the contracts there. Got an upcoming delivery of passengers there. accept the expanded mission. I don't have the... Oh, this is a shipyard. Yes. Expand the hab dome to 233 cabins. So NC 6 or 11 are gonna be the ones I'm aiming for contracts here. NC 1, nope. As a rescue, I can do that. And I'll gamble on this one then. Which one was the... ship engines will explode very soon, that's in NC2. Prepare to jump. Ah, this one's not moving, it's just about to go kablooey. That helps. The rescue in NC10. Let's make that one snappy. There's always room for more. And let's see, where's the... There are 2 stranded ships, but this one has the docking indicator. Rotation. Rotation, rotation, rotation. Literally taking the ship out for a spin. And there. Followed by just a jump to the right. No, it's a jump to the left. And a step to the right. And we jump to... It's always a jump to the right in this game. Because the ship turns to face right. Like facing forward. Not sure if I should be disappointed or not. Is there a delivery to NC11 then, I wonder? NC8, and this one goes to NC11. Might as well. It's gonna pay. Look at me, I am old, but I am happy. Why did that come into my brain all of a sudden? All of a sudden. NC7, NC1. Meh, I can take the detour. Cause it pays. But, let's see. Make a couple of... all the reactors and a few batteries. Because this is gonna take some space. I cannot afford all the batteries apparently. Oops. But I need the engines. Still no watchers. Not too surprising, but... or maybe there are watchers. Apparently I can't see a... apparently I can't see actual viewer counts on this one. I should look into that. But for now... now I'm gonna just finish these missions and head over to the shipyard to give my ship an even fatter ass than it already has. It's 11th, it is the shipyard I'm heading. Yes. NC8 and 7, no. Not gonna actually screw it. There's no rush on the delivery. Can still plan on going to the shipyard as soon as the delivery here is done. And soon as everything's loaded on. And yes, off I can go. in, turning in, turning in. Checking other contracts. There's a passenger request, passenger request. Another rescue mission from NC4 this time. No rush. And passengers, courier mission, sure. No timers going on. Dismantle those and let's see, what do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There, and just rounding the corner there. Floors. Make them look nice. Yes. Then we can go and fix the cables. Install the thrusters again. Cable extensions. Reactors. Oh, and fuel. Fuel, I need fuel. Lots of fuel. That's a fat-ass ship. I like her a lot. And where the heck am I? Here the heck am I? First things first, try to get that damn ship where that's the bane of my freaking existence to try to get the crew out this time. Yeah. That ship's really far off now. There she is. Still going at it going off at a fair clip. Let's just get to full acceleration of time and low food. Really? Low food now? Now you tell me I have low food. Yeah, I'm not catching up at this speed anyway, so... and some FTL charges. Confirm and the upgrade. Almost 300 passenger seats in there now. Sometimes things just don't want to cooperate well, do they? But yeah, I'm gonna need... Are they complaining about fuel? Did I forget to implement the... I forgot to implement the piping. No wonder they didn't get more thrust. Nevertheless, I'm gonna need to add to my number of... drives, or number of engines. Right now I got too many tasks in the roster to easily see how much cash I got. It's not enough 2 engines by the looks of it. Not a rush job, and not a rush job. Do I see 400 grand? I don't think I do. That's a lot of things to two simple sectors, but yes. Everything's supposedly on board. Two more contracts on the list to be filled in, and another mission, and another. Ooh. This one is a rush job in NC5. I'm gonna take it. Can't possibly be as nasty a prospect as the other one. The NC5 that one that was in a hurry, so off I go. Now where is she? Where is this stranded lady with a heap of trouble? There she is. And let's see if we can avoid the piracy for now. Meanie. It's not even a blue meanie. Yeah, who eaten me? Let's see, 56, 78, 90, 22. And we can undock and bugger off. Get me out of here before the damage gets worse. Pausing to figure out where the ship. This is the ship, yes. not even moving. Excellent. Yes, there, and we can undock and get clear, of course. And we can get the passengers to the shipyard here, safe and sound. Where we can also get repairs done. And let's see, we're gonna run low on fuel. Preparing to jump. Double checking that there aren't any contracts left. Yes. Actually, energy. There's another reactor for sale. Installing this one more reactor, and off we can go. Deliver. Though I prefer my civilians with their livers intact. A rescue operation there, and a couple of passenger deliveries. Let's get you guys down here to unload the ship proper. Hostile forces in the area, density 5. Okay, I can live with that. But at this point, I want that drone bay and the logistics drones, all the logistic drones they got. And I want a hydroponic garden. And for the hydroponic garden, I'm gonna need some seeds. Because I'm already making compost and I got water, so time to install the hydroponics garden. Cables going there, pipes going there. And we suddenly got free food. Now where's that stranded ship? It's over there. I don't know why it suddenly decided it did not want to shift the focus around, but here we are. Moving along. Velocity 55, that's good. It's better. Still gonna take a while, so let's accelerate things a little. Oh, I'm running low on FTL charges. Oh well. I'm almost catching up with the stranded ship here, so that's a plus. Low fuel again. What? Are you really? This is awkward. So, not catching up with her this time either. For a completely different reason. That ship is getting in on my nerves. It's not gonna blow up anytime soon. No rush. No rush and no rush. Accepted. Acceptable. Trade, resources. Fuel. Oh yes, and some huge tanks for the fuel as well. I'm gonna get another fuel load or two actually, or two. Oh, might as well install the drone bay here. Get the logistics drones they've got in stock. Don't quite have what I need for the... I need to cable up the... I don't quite have what I need for the deuterium reactor, but well, baby steps. Baby steps, I guess. I felt that stretch. That was some criminal unshrimping. But yes, turning in contracts. Anything new here? Search and rescues. I'm gonna just accept regular transport. Search and rescue, no kaboom. And no kaboom. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need the... Wait, how much oxygen do I have in the... I don't have much oxygen in the huge tank, so I'm just gonna get the extra CO2 scrubber and the air reprocessor. CO2 scrubber, but there's little space for it in the same room as the other, so Just gonna put it in there. Cable this up like so. Pipes like so. Oh, I'm also out of FTL charges and oxygen. Well, that explains a lot. That does explain a lot, that I suddenly ran out of oxygen. My bad. My very, very bad. And jumping. See if we can save this last ship before we call it a day. Try to avoid any more mistakes that aren't necessary. Ooh, this ship is not looking good on the tactical map. I've seen worse, to be honest. And proper hand alignment helps again. I got a weird feeling that the controls were considered for a dual stick or something, but not entirely thought through. Or at least not all the way through. Am I running out of food again? No. Output blocked. I'll get another. Oops, that's not the right place for it. Actually, come to think of it, probably the finest place for the... There. Huge CO2 tank. That should... Yes, that helps scrub out the CO2 content. And you know, it's been an alright haul so far. I'm just gonna call it there and save the game. Enable the cloud saving, and I'm gonna thank you for the company, so until next time, see you around.